If you're confused about getting legally married in Mexico, you're definitely not the only one. You have blood tests, translations, witnesses. So I'm going to clear it up and help you decide what actually fits your wedding vision. So many of my couples ask, do we have to get legally married in Mexico? And the answer is nope. And honestly, most don't. So let's talk about why a symbolic ceremony might save your sanity and your budget. Hi, I'm Megan, your go-to destination wedding travel advisor and the founder of Escape Key Travel Co. Today, we're answering a question I get all the time. Should we have a symbolic or legal wedding in Mexico? And if you've been Googling this and feeling confused or overwhelmed by the logistics, you're not alone. So let's break it down side by side so you can choose what's best for you. Let's talk about what's the difference. Let's start with a legal ceremony because yes, you can legally marry in Mexico, and for some couples, that's a must, but it does come with some extra steps. To make it legal, you'll need a justice of the peace, not a minister. You need blood tests done locally in Mexico, 4 witnesses, and the resort can provide them for $25 each if need be. A marriage license issued in Spanish, an apostille certification so it's recognized back home, a certified translation into English, a transportation fee for the officiant, and if you're divorced and your name doesn't match your ID or your parents, you'll need an apostille divorce paperwork translated into Spanish. All told, you're kind of looking at around $1,700 in additional costs on top of your wedding package. It also requires some advanced coordination, so it's not ideal for tight budgets or tight timelines. Most couples would have to arrive 4 business days before their wedding to have this paperwork completed. That said, if signing the legal paperwork on the beach in Mexico is something that feels truly important to you, it's absolutely doable. Just expect some red tape and budget accordingly. Now let's talk about what 95% of my couples choose, the symbolic ceremony. This means you take care of the legal paperwork at home, either before or after your trip, and your ceremony in Mexico is purely symbolic. But I promise you, it doesn't feel symbolic. It feels like your real wedding because emotionally, it is. No one needs to know unless you tell them. There are no blood tests, no paperwork headaches, and no government fees. You can have a ceremony that's religious, secular, funny, heartfelt, whatever feels like you. One of my favorite couples chose a symbolic ceremony so they could have their best friend officiate it. It made the ceremony so personal and heartfelt. Their guests still talk about how meaningful and how much it was them. It was absolutely perfect and something a legal ceremony probably just wouldn't have allowed. Now, if you want to focus more on the emotional connection than the logistics, symbolic is the easy yes. So which one would you choose? It really comes down to this. If your priority is signing the license on site in Mexico and you're okay with the extra costs and steps, go for the legal. I'll help you navigate every requirement. But if you're looking for ease, flexibility, and a ceremony that's totally personalized, symbolic is probably your best bet. Still deciding what's right for you? Let's talk it through. Honestly, book a consultation and I'll walk you through your options based on your timeline, your resort, and personal priorities. And once you've got your ceremony type figured out, we can move on to the fun stuff, which is the venue vibes. In our next episode, I'm breaking down beach, garden, and rooftop wedding settings in Mexico so you can choose the perfect backdrop for your ideal. Cheers!